looking for redemption after ESL 1 Cologne.
All right, so getting straight into this one. Looks like CTs are going to get a bit aggressive over towards the A ramp. Furlan waiting down at the bottom with a bit of mid presence from AGO. They're going to be starting to make their way forward. No CTs here to hold, though, as we see Searson coming back on that rotation. Might be first contact. Oh, going very wide, and he's going to be punished. Oscarish gets it done straight over, jump up onto the B site. Split starting to come through Tizian. Only good for the single as MHL comes through for the double trade. That's going to be B site fully found. Tabson and Zentaras. What can they do in a 2v4?
I'm going to wonder because a 2-on-4, not an easy prospect for them. Smoke for Tabson, flash there as well, but is he realistically going to have much of a chance to use it? Maybe he can pop Zentaras in with that flash. But AGO are set up very, very nicely. They've got a good post plan here, and it's very hard to believe that Big are going to come away with the pistol from a position like this. Tabson cops some damage. Zentaras traded down, and so is Tabson in the end. x-kom, AGO will go up 1-0.
Yeah, great couple of kills coming out from Fiku there.
Yeah, that's a nice pistol to get them off to a good start here. Get the momentum rolling on that T side is exactly what you wanted to see. It seemed like they had a pretty good idea where the weakness lied in that 2-on-2 sort of a setup from Big. Late rotation into middle. There wasn't much emphasis over there. They isolate that duel versus Searson. Bust mid open wide and just head straight into that mid to B split. So very, very nice to see from x-kom. They're going to get a buy here. There will be a force in response from Big though. And Searson on the scout straight away here, Jordan.
Big fan of the scout, as you would know, Pilski. Always keeping my eye on the sharp scouters. Searson does miss that shot and actually cops a little clip back. It's like his toenails have been clipped off there, to be honest, but MHL will finish the job with the AK, doing well from the bottom of ramp and continues to just farm up a little bit on the anti-force buy. So far, not too bad from AGO. Zentaras, however, is trying to show us something a little bit special with that scout.
Let's see if he can find one more. MHL knocking on death's door as we do see x-kom AGO going for a bit of a rotation. Oscarish leading the charge, but nice read from Big, just dropping that smoke at mid to slow the push down for another 18 seconds or so. Tabson looks to just hunt forward here. Just wants a bit of information to play off. But he's going to find a very big surprise around the corner and can't get the pink either. So Mac 10 starting to farm up a storm, but Zentaras and Keto, what can they do?
Well, Keto is on the B-bomb site, which is where AGO are headed. Deagle in hand for Keto. First couple of shots do connect. MHL is low, but Fiku comes from behind and salvages the situation for AGO. Zantara is in a 1-on-2. Does have a Deagle, does have a scout. He's got some util to work with in that smoke as well, but he doesn't have a defuse kit, so he's going to have to speed things up a little bit here, Matt.
Just edging forward. Finds the timing, and Groovy will deal with him effectively. So AGO will get a second, but it wasn't as clean as they would have liked. 3 men falling, at least 2 AKs have been carried through, but Big just certainly making that one costly. And off the back of this one, will we see that beautiful force buy to try to keep the economy low, or are we going to see a bit of discipline?
Ooh, this was pretty sharp from Zentaras. That's a dirty shot indeed. Don't know really what to say about that one, but hey, Zentaras, a lot of people are quite excited to be seeing him play in Big. Always been a player to keep his eye on, even back in the Space Soldiers days.
The man sits very close to his screen, loves to give it a peck on the cheek. But look at this Big, all 5 men over towards the top of ramp now. Just hoping that AGO fall into the trap. But again, Oscarish, he does have another Mac 10 to play with, and he's just probing over towards middle. Here comes the push off the back of a flash, and the double dink Searson making this one look nice. And a second as well. Tizian, this is going us up at the moment.
It is a little bit, but Big, at least luckily for AGO, don't have any armor on Searson or Zentaras. So maybe the effectiveness of those AKs is going to be negated a little bit. Number advantage, though, for Big, and this is very realistically a winnable possible round if they trade out effectively. No kit, though. Only 1 smoke. There aren't that many avenues for them to get into this bomb site, and that's not a great start. Fiku does manage to drop Tizian, backs away, plays another angle, and now it's up to Keto to find a little bit of that info. Zentaras, he'll peek around the corner, won't see too much, and now you're starting to think for Big, maybe we just save these AKs into the next round. That'll help the economy, gives us 2 AKs, which are obviously good weapons to have on the CT side as well. So end of the day, can't complain too much about that eco for Big, but they might have liked to have won the round A little bit more than saving 2 AKs.
Yeah, definitely made it very expensive for x-kom. They haven't built up their money too much after these couple of gun rounds, dropping guns here and there. Giving an AK to Xantares is never a good idea either. The man's first bullet accuracy is absolutely disgusting. So that will have to be something that x-kom will have to contend with. But a good start on their T side of Vertigo here. That's what we wanted to see. But can they keep this stream of rounds going? Can they get off to that 5-0 start on the T side? Be able to reset that economy of Big yet again?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? Because Big now have the guns in hand. So this will be the round that's actually quite a bit more difficult for AGO. And this is where we're going to really get to see whether they've got their chops on Vertigo or not.
MHL just trying to find a line over the top of the bottom ramp smoke. Looks like Xantares did actually get spotted and tagged through, though. As Furlan backs away. Again, AGO very present over towards mid. You don't see a huge amount of teams going for this early mid control over and over, but AGO seems to be the key just to condition Big, make sure that they are playing quite deep on those sites. Working well for now. Mitchell, his scope will be heard. Tizian is waiting at the ready.
HE Nade doesn't manage to connect, and AGO are just walking their way up the ramp for the moment. Not finding too much. Big are quite content to sit around here. That's a nice pick for MHL. Does he die? He does.
Oh, no!
I don't even know what he got stuck on. But in the end, Tizian actually gets the trade, which, I mean, he ought probably not to have.
It's a 1-for-1, 40 seconds on the clock here. Here's where x-kom can try and throw a bit of an execute, but with only 2 smokes and no flashes to get into the site, as well as this utility delaying from Big, this is going to be impossible with 30 seconds on the clock here, Mac.
And that was such a sick Molotov as well, sending Tabson in, just able to fully control over on the elbow now. Furion just trying to find another one. And Xantares falls back to Tetris just in time. And again, Tabson, just so much control here over towards short. Xantares up for one, Tabson on another. And it's all up to Furlan in the 1v2 to clutch it. But for now, it looks like that's not going to happen. Tabson denies him the smoke, not enough to deny anything but the vision. And there it is. AGO, they lose their first round.
Yeah, but it's a fairly expensive one for Big, isn't it? They do lose 3 guns. Luckily, Wisdom taking the 2 AKs into that round does help them out a little bit. Extra cash.
Just such an awkward situation for MHL. He didn't know which way to go to survive, and just something seemed to screw up there. But look, I have to mention that Big, they are very good at holding onto this utility until they need to use it. Just keeping it on the CT side for the retake is so good.
Yeah, now you're seeing the consequences of dropping all those guns on the T side previously. x-kom, they're completely out of money. They have to go down to 3 pistols. Very limited utility, very limited grenades. No flashbangs yet again to try to flash some of these sharp riflers from Big off the angle. So it's going to have to be straight up aim duels taken from x-kom just to be able to take ramp control here.
Nice placement on the nade. Doesn't get any damage done, though, and Xantares making a huge amount of noise as he goes for the rotation back to short.
So now you're going to see x-kom try and set up these smokes onto the site, but still utility being held by Big for quite a long time, as you did highlight, Mac. So it's up to Big to be able to drop that utility defensively, be able to buy themselves time for those rotations.
Tizian's done just that. And not sure what's happened for Xantares there. A little bit unfortunate. Tizian hides himself in the smoke. AGO are trying to push up through scaffold, but Tizian finds the perfect timing. The spray down doesn't land on the second. USP out now. Dives inside of the smoke. He's gotten all around behind them. And somehow he's gotten a kill onto MHL as well. That is a very strange round indeed. And Big are reaping the benefits for it. It's a 3-on-2 now. AGO have no util. They don't have any control on the site. And I'm not sure how they're going to get it.
Mate, that was Tizzy just getting full dizzy there, unawares of his surroundings, and the T's didn't know either, but again, Searson just going to be threading the needle. Big 2K to close the round out.
And that's breaking the T-side economy there. x-kom, they're going to have to take a single save to be able to get AKs and armor in the next round with limited utility. They could really use a bomb plant here, get a couple of extra smokes and flashes, because they've really lacked for flashes in these last couple of rounds to be able to get onto the site. Taking these aim duels and dealing with Big superior utility in towards this mid to late round has just been an absolute nightmare for x-kom to navigate through.
Here's that bottom ramp smoke being lined up. Searson dropping that and keeping control of mid for now. But AGO, looks like they are going to test the other side of the map now. A bit of presence over towards the B stairs. As AGO start to make their way through, looks like they're going to be going for this boost. right up on the side. Let's see if the timing works out, but that's a beautiful nade to send them packing.
Get that cone out of there. Need to have perfect 20/20 vision here for Keto because all of AGO are going to walk their way up the stairs, but he plays a bit of an off angle and they're not prepared for it. Tabson helps out as well, and that's way too easy for Big. They keep all 5 guns alive, and that is the perfect anti-eco to get that CT economy rolling.
Absolutely. Look at their cash. It's absolutely phenomenal at this point, Jordan. You know, looking at x-kom, glass cannon for MHL. Pretty limited utility across the board on the other 4 players. So going to fall to some of the same issues as you're seeing. It's nice to see them get off to a good start after the pistol, but this is where you need to put in the hard yards to get through some of these gun rounds. No Molotovs here to be able to clear out certain positions, so if you see them going towards secret here, they won't be able to buy that space to be able to do so.
Oh, but Furlan's going to be sent straight through that smoke, already up to the sandbags. Zantara's fully aware of the situation, so it doubles back to Crane for now. But look how far up Furlan's made it.
Yeah, you're seeing Fiku getting aggressive on the other side of the map simultaneously as well. So you can see x-kom just aggressively posturing for picks already. That first aim duel hasn't gone their way. Now Furland is probably going to feel pressured to go even deeper and try to make something else happen while the rest of x-kom grabs that bomb, regroups towards ramp. But Big with already this one map advantage, already with a utility advantage. I'm feeling pretty comfortable here.
Yeah, a lot of deep control in mid as well from Big. So the early rotate comes across Tabson on the A bomb site now as well. MHL continues to look for entries with that AWP, but he's not being gifted any opportunities at the moment. Furlan, however, gets one and it's traded down by Oscarish. Tabson, also good, solid on the bomb site. Keeps it back to the 3-on-2, keeps the numbers advantage in Big's back pocket.
Well, let's see if Furlan, Groovy rather, can get any work done. MHL on this glass cannon, just looking to do some shattering of his own, but Big just not giving them anything. And again, Tabson just so late in this round, still has a smoke and molly to play with. This should be essentially the securing point, but Keto on the flank, only good for one. Groovy able to go for the trade, tries to get his mitts on that AWP, but Tabson, great aggression, knowing that Groovy had to peek the lowers from that ramp area. So it was just some great coordination.
Really good trading as well from Big. Every single time AGO was able to get one player down, Tabson was there, or someone else from Big, but a couple of times it was Tabson. Able to just trade it out, ensure that they kept that numbers advantage and continued to make life difficult for AGO, which is what is actually happening economically as well. AGO have to go down to the pistols. They do have a bit of util here, some armor as well, but Big have kind of looked pretty comfortable on this CT side so far, and that kind of worries me for AGO.
They're already in a rough position. See Big starting to build up some money. This is where the T side loss bonus enables the Ts to be able to buy up pistols, bit of utility, try to go for a little bit more damage.
Oh, the timing not going to be working out for AGO at all, but Zantara's that spray also not working. Nice nade, huge damage on that one.
Dirty.
The one way to make it even harder for x-kom to push through. The nade stack straight onto the crate. Zantara's just dealt with absolutely airstriked out of the server. Now AGO, they're going to potentially throw the go signal. No, they're going to fall back, actually. Straight back down the ramp. They're going to slow things down after finding that.
Tabson! He's fallen off the side.
Wait, did he get team flash and then ran off the edge?
I think so. Oh no, that is a travesty. Anyway.
Well, AGO have a 2-man advantage now. They're going to start walking towards this B site. You can see Keto, he's scrambling to get into position. Hasn't dropped that smoke yet.
It's just a matter of seconds. Keto doing some great work to hold. Good trade on the Deagle, though. Back to the 3-on-2. AGO still with a man advantage. Good timing on the smoke, but Searson going to be caught with a knife in hand. Goes back for more with the AWP as he tries to dance around here towards the grey box. Him and Tizian looking to go in together. Trade this one out. Groovy. Can he get flicked on? Yes, Searson. Great effort. Tizian as well, just clearing out the back of Gen. MHL couldn't do a thing about it. And Big, successful retake in that 2v2.
I still can't believe what happened in that round. And yet Big still goes and wins it.
Well, it was like perfect retake utility that they threw, except for the one flash, which obviously sent Tabson off the side of the building.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you don't see it often, but when you do, beautiful.
Impact player, Searson. Watch this. This is the flash that Tizian throws. And watch the background, because you'll see Tabson just go sliding off the edge.
See you later.
So he gets team flashed and then just keeps running and dies. That's hilarious.
Unfortunate. Takes a bit of a nosedive, kind of like x-kom's T side is at this point, if they don't start getting some more gun rounds on the board. Big with 5 in a row, really getting warmed up, fired up, and their economy's in full swing at this point. at least one more buy in them. So they've had some pretty solid gun rounds up until that last one.
How good was that nade stack, though? It was the free kill, and it almost won the round for them, except Big just too strong there on the retake.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not able to close that round after someone falls off the map and you get a nade stack kill, you're in a bit of a rough state of affairs. But at the same time, these big players, they're looking pretty sharp and warmed up. Definitely not as slow to start as we saw in that Sprout game, which is a good sign for Big.
And again, Furlan straight up onto the rafters. Nice positioning, not going to be spotted initially.
Ooh, this is risky for Tizian. He's copping a bit of spray, but he actually doesn't go down just yet. There's a response as well. Some util damage over to AGO. Very quick up the scaffolds, though, is Furlan, as you mentioned, Mac, but he's going to be challenged by Tizian, and it's a 1-for-1 in the end. Again, Big, very good on the trades.
So nice reaction.
This is where you're going to see AGO slow down a bit with that one-man advantage, though. Groovy actually finds the pick over towards that middle area, which leaves the B side open. You're going to see Tizian scrambling to get into position, but he's only got 20 HP here.
Let's see if he can get out in time. Straight across to CT, but he whiffs the spray. Zentaro's on the trade game is okay for the moment, but now it's all up to CSGO in a 1v3. And yes, he's sharp, but look, trying to get past 3 of these Ts is probably too much.
That's just great mid-rounding from AGO. You can see them really work the map fantastically, but CSGO in on the flank here.
Let's see what he can do. Doesn't hit that shot and will be punished for it. It's a tough shot for him to hit, to be fair, though, so give him some credit. 5-4 for Big, and AGO get themselves their first gun round. It's a nice little comeback from them. Obviously, things were not too far out of the realms of possibility, but it's always good to just keep it simmering a little bit for AGO.
I think the state of this half is very much simmering. Seeing AGO, they've got about $1,000 in the bank accounts. A little bit more on some of their players. They're going to take another tack timeout. As for Big, this is the situation where their economy is a little bit shaky now. To invest fully into this round, they're going to have to break the bank account. And AGO, I feel like they know this. I feel like they realize this is the important round. You break Big here and now, you got 5 apiece, you force them on into an eco, and then further past that point, if they do get a buy following that, it's going to be a little bit weaker of a buy in terms of the utility. And that's where you've seen them do their best work. When they have that full belt of utility in the mid to late round, it seems like they're able to get on top of x-kom.
I think it's just x-kom, AGO rather, not going as fast as they could to bait out some extra utility. But again, just some early solid utility from Big. Just keeps on just at least isolating them again. Fiku going to be going up solo, MHL joining. But this off angle from Keto looks so good. It depends on how the util is used from AGO as they start to make their way through. Big nade stack, expecting them over to be in the cutout there. But again, Keto just slides that line perfectly. Bit of a wallbang on an MHL, a second found as well, and he's hungry for more.
Yeah, great stuff from Keto so far. AGO just not prepared for the repeak at all. And that's not necessarily gifted the round over to Big just yet, but it's certainly made it a lot easier. Rotation coming in for the A bomb site. It seems that AGO do like to go to the A bomb site quite late in the round. Furlan's already pushed up.
This is one of those moves where you can see the Ts hit a couple of those entries, and all of a sudden, if they use the right utility towards the back of the site, they can cut the rotations off and put themselves in a decent post plant.
See if they can make their way in. Furlan doing great work here on the back of the AK. Wants to go forward, but doesn't want to overextend. Somehow gets binked through there. Just tagged through the wall. Searson, a force to be reckoned with.
They're going to get the bomb down, but they're starting to run out of time on these smokes. Only just do get it out, and it does look like they're moving into a post plant now, but Big's starting to contest. Keto gets cleaned up on the flank, and it looks like Big's just going to save from here, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Furlan just walks up ramp in that aggressive position time and time again. He finds those 2 entry kills, and when those smokes get down, that's where you see that the rotations are segmented off from the initial push. There's no support into that part of the round where there's limited utility left over on some of their players. So x-kom, as long as they walk in there and get those sharp entries, it reminds me both of the sides really on this map, similarly to B side on Inferno. If you could just get in there, you get those key couple of kills and you get the utility down to cut the rotations off, you can win rounds from a disadvantageous position.
Which is exactly what AGO did, and it's pretty unfortunate for Big. You know, they started so well. You got a feel for Keto. He was the one that got picked coming back on that rotation. Had he survived at the bottom of ramp, maybe a different story for Big, but you have to say there were a couple of other players that could have picked up some of the slack in that round as well, because he already got 2 kills. It's attack pause for Big. They're probably trying to figure out what they actually want to do with their money right now, because they saved those 2 guns through, but they didn't really have enough cash to fully invest, so they're going to have to buy around the 2 weapons that they saved. 5 apiece is the scoreline. AGO starting to make a little bit of a comeback here on that T side. They did win pistol, but then they lost 5 rounds in a row.
It's been a solid approach so far from AGO, but if they can stack on a few more, you know, that would be what they really need here on their map pick. Obviously Big, they've chosen to start here on the CT side.
You've seen the impact of that play from Furlan on Big's economy. Like, you just absolutely fantastic work from the man. He's cooked the CT's money. You do still have that AWP, or the double AWP actually, with a couple of upgraded pistols, so it's not like this round is a freebie for x-kom by any means.
Look at this boost too.
Yeah.
Potential for a nice free line, but that's if someone walks into it, and it looks like AGO aren't going to be gravitating. Oh, maybe they are.
Yeah, they're heading in that direction here, Mac. Looks like they're going to nade stack. Is that towards the box?
Ooh, looks like it is.
Oh,
A little bit high on that one.
didn't quite work out for a bit of utility used. And Big actually fall off, so that's nicely done.
Hold that thought. Ruby does go down. Tabson just walking forward. I think AGO have kind of given away their intentions with all of that utility usage.
Seeing the forward position yet again from Furlan. They're just walking into the AWPs. No utility usage here, boys.
Well, they have no flashes left, AGO, so I'm not sure where they really turn from here. An AK's retrieve for Tizian as well. This is bad news for AGO. Just when they start to look like they're getting a little bit of control back in the first half, they can't afford to drop a round like this.
A slow approach up the B stairs now. All 3. A very one-faceted approach at the moment. Tabson going to be forced off the line with the molly. Just barely misses that mark as now again AGO finally trying to get back into the round. Tabson able to dance around the smoke here. 2 for him. Can he get the 3rd? Not quite. Fiku 1v5. Well, how's his chances here? He's got 5 seconds to plant, just waiting for a rush through, but he's missed the opportunity, and great patience coming up from Big just to lock that round down.
Couldn't be happier with that one than really for Big. I mean, I guess, sure, you could take 5 guns through, but 4, that's damn good. Excellent work from Tabson. Just a slow walk out in mid. Searson does much the same over on the A-bomb side. Gets the pick with the AWP, and from there, it's kind of the round over. Good flick there from Tabson as well.
Big missed opportunity for AGO. Yes, they're going against double AWPs and the pistols, but at that 5-5 apiece scoreline, a massive opportunity was created, but it was not seized, unfortunately.
And that's kind of what you need to be doing if you are the underdog, is seizing those opportunities. You're going to get them every now and then, but if you don't take advantage of them, your mistakes are going to be capitalized on by the better team more often than you're able to capitalize on theirs. So that's a big opportunity sort of let slip by AGO, and when you're the underdog, kind of need to take control of those.
Yeah.
Man, since the update, the dynamic of the B side is just so odd. With that one smoke that you're able to dance around just on the edge of default and just fully clear all of stairs, yet the T's never seem to be able to punish it.
Still working out the kinks, I suppose. x-kom forcing up here. Going to be going pretty heavily towards middle very early on in the round.
Oh, Searson going to be caught just trying to lob a nade, and it's not enough. Smoke to lobby.
I love this approach from AGO. Every time they get this opening pick, they seem to just fall back and reset. Furlan punishes that push over onto Xantaros in towards ramp. So they've got the extremities still held down, and now you're going to see AGO group up, start moving towards this ramp side of the map. Big, very much split up at the moment. Not really gambling. Still just sitting on each individual part of the map towards middle. You're seeing Tizian, he's the main point of contact towards Secret for the time being, and he's going to have to go big for big.
He certainly is. Double kill required, or better. He spotted out Furlan early. Fiku goes down as well. Tizian might be stepping up large just when he was required to. And he's got the rotation that's come across from Tabson as well. This is now defendable for Big. AGO, though, they decide to just slink away for the moment. Flashbangs do come through. Now the smokes land. It's the utility usage from AGO that they're going to push off the back of. 2 through Scaffold. MHL, though, goes down, and Tizian, he's had a huge round. It's Groovy in the one-on-one against Keto, but he's only got 6 HP to his name and 35 seconds. He's got no idea where Keto is, and he's been spotted out as well. Big will make the clutch happen, and it's largely thanks to Tizian. A 3K on the A bomb site, and that is huge.
That's the same problem as you saw against the double orbs. Like, they're just playing so timid. They're playing like a classic underdog. Just not going for those trades effectively enough. Even when they have a massive advantage, they're playing not to lose. They're not playing to win. You know, they're not going out there and getting those trades moving and rolling with full confidence. And the rigidity and how timid they're playing on this T side is meaning that they're getting punished by Big going aggressive.
And just here on the pistols again, you can see AGO going straight into Searson's AWP, but this time he was poised at the ready. AGO just looking to make their way through. Jump up, bit of damage going to be traded both ways. MHL looking to wrap onto the AWP, but it's not going to work. It's Keto to slide it through here on the B side, just dishing out the damage.
Fundamentals looking a bit too good for Big at the moment.
Such a clean air to Eco. Up 8-5 now on this CT side. And I'm worried for x-kom because individually they're not playing as strongly as you're seeing Big play. So when they move over towards that CT side, I'm getting a little worried for them because you're going to start to see some of these aggressive riflers on Big really activate on that T side, look for some of those duels. And if x-kom, they're not warmed up enough to be able to deal with that on the CT side, or they don't have their fundamentals in check, then they're going to be starting to get punished.
Some early utility. Furlan already straight up to the sandbags, and again, just looking to wrap around Crane early. Let's see if Xantares is at the ready this time. However, this time there is 3 CTs standing here on short, just waiting, jumping. Xantares almost caught off guard as MHL looks to thread the needle, and there it is.
Great start. Searson misses the shot, so here's another opportunity for AGO. They're gonna have to make this one land, though. If this goes to Big, I don't really know what to say. AGO, though, Tizian is sitting inside of the smoke, and he could certainly cause a ruckus, but it's going to have to be a big one, and it won't be. He's taken down. This is a much better round from AGO. Tabson in a 1-on-5. Starts well. Ruby down. Furlan trades.
Dude, Tizian continually gets himself stuck in those smokes. He tries to play on the edge, tries to play around him, and then it's always just a Molotov to force him in and just stay in there, try to work the timing. Unfortunately, this time, there was just some T's at the ready.
Yeah, that was a good round from AGO. I think they're pretty consistently finding a lot of success relying on Furlan's ability to go up ramp and find entries, create space for the rest of his team to roll through. So I like the fact that it didn't slow things in the mid-round. I think when AGO have looked their best and they're most dominant here on the T side, it's when they keep rolling through when they find those advantages. But when they play from a disadvantageous situation, are they going to go back to this timid play style, or are they going to try and make some plays and regroup and make something happen in this 4-on-5?
Well, that's it. Searson managed to counter what Furlan's been doing with that fast push up the ramp, getting aggressive with the AWP early and managing to slide one through. Just going in anti-flash as well, not going to be hit by that too early. And now it's AGO that need to try to fight their way back into the round.
Well, they haven't had too much success over toward the B bomb site. Keto has been the standout for Big. He's 15-7 at the moment. And he's well aware that AGO have some presence over here. There's the util that's been thrown in, but they're starting to back away. And, well, Keto's doing the right thing, gathering some info now for his team. He sees, stairs are clear.
Searson on the line, though, with this AWP. Could just get a freebie and fall straight back into Secret, weakening the push for AGO. But luckily for AGO, he's not hitting that one. Big starting to rotate over towards this site, starting to mobilize their forces. They still do have a couple of counter flashes and some smokes.
This is a dangerous one for Fiku. Indeed, it's going to go the way of Searson. He'll repeat the angle. AGO not looking for the trade just yet. Flash goes through. Searson, he's stuck around a little bit too long. Is that the opening that AGO needs, or does Xantares shut it down here? Only one, though, for Xantares. It's back to 2-on-2. Tabson rolls into the bomb site, shuts down the first, and MHL has no HP to his name. This should be a freebie for Keto, who is wrapping around the back, but maybe Tabson will get it in the end. Scoreline will be 9-6. Big favored at the end of the half.
smile when shit's rough nowadays. Change your reactions. You just gotta love yourself. 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 Hope you learned your lesson, girl. I cannot teach anymore. Hope you show some faith in me, and not like anyone. 'Cause I am over being sober with myself when I'm with you. I am over being something I am not. I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. Huh? I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself.
I was in the field, realized I could make it. Sacrificed all my time towards greatness. Been alone in the dark, isolated. And my dreaming isn't real, what separates it. I never know it's coming my way, yeah. Cold out of stone, stay out of my lane, yeah. Leave me alone, this is my moment. Finally found what lights up my fire.
Scoreline is 9-6 right now between Big and AGO. It's obviously the second half of Vertigo. Map number 1 between these teams. And at the moment, Big is in the lead. Not a bad first half from AGO, but it certainly did leave a little bit to be desired.
Well, heading into that pistol now. Big straight onto that T side, but a couple of little clicks in the chat. You know what that means.
Resetting the round.
Oh, good. Needed a bit of time to talk about what happened in that first half anyway. So, what was your favourite moment so far? Mine had to be the nade stack with the Tabson walk off the side. That was just the greatest start to a round.
I liked the 3K on the A bomb side. Was that Tabson holding the A bomb side? Or was it
Tizian?
I think it was Tizian.
Tizian. He got that kill on 2 HP. That was pretty nuts.
That was good indeed. We've got a little bit of a pause before we head into the second half, ladies and gentlemen, because, as I'm told, there is a keyboard swap going on, which is interesting. I remember my first big CSGO event was Crown 55K Invitational, fellas. The one in Melbourne, which Virtus Pro and Cloud9 came to, and Pasha got very mad in a game and broke his keyboard. And one of the staff that was working at that event had to drive like 2 hours to go and buy him a keyboard because it wasn't like a normal keyboard, you know. It was like some random weird keyboard that you couldn't just get in any random store. So someone had to drive like 2 hours away to get it from this random PC store because he needed the same type of keyboard, right? Anyway, that's the keyboard story, and it looks like the keyboard story in this game has been sorted as well.
We back. We live. And we got a bit of early utility being thrown both ways here on the pistol, as it looks like a bit of a rotation going on.
Yep. Big still got those 2 sets of util. Taking their time, climbing up some ladders. 3 points of contact always, safety first. Oh, he's pulled out his clock. You can't just climb with your feet like that. but they're going back towards middle. Do think there's that one set of utility getting ready there from Tizian. Probably going to Molotov up onto this jump up as the Glockers round the corner to take mid control here.
Well, it is going to be 3 men on this B site to hold, but that molly has completely missed the mark, and Oscarish able just to continue to hold from this position. Nade misses slightly, but slows Big down for now as they still commit to the push anyway. Furlan able to find a first. Oscarish another on the Tizian, and this can be even trades, but Furlan so strong. And he's still able to fight here.
1-on-2 though for Xantares, and he's the kind of player that can make this happen. Certainly now. First couple of shots do connect. 1 HP, and that's done it. 2-on-1 for Xantares. They've both lined up, haven't they, Mac? And both been binked in the head, and oh, dearie me. 10-6, Big picking up the pistol. Great clutch from Xantares. Cool and calm under pressure.
Nice little lineup found at the end to get Big back into the round, but I thought that Furlan had done enough to get AGO over the line, and now it's going to be a rough second half with Big taking that T-pistol. Rough for AGO, rather.
Yeah, they're going to try and force their way back into it, though. Pistols and armor, a fair bit of util. Does look like Big intends to make their way over towards the stairs. MHL has already lost his life over there towards Secret, so not a great start as the rest of the other 4 players size up Oscarish alone on this B-bomb side here, lads.
Well, let's see how the Deagle goes. Spots it, lines it up, but doesn't hit the mark this time. Flashes forward and again is just going to try to fight, going left, right, unable to find a thing. It's the nade from Fiku to start things off as Big just trying to make their way through. Fiku doing God's work over from the side now, and he's going to go and reposition in the same spot, just single-handedly doing all the defense here. Searson finally on the trade, but the damage might have already been done.
That said, Big are good in these numbers, his advantage positions, and they brought it back to an even 2-on-2. Furlan and Groovy trying to play close with those pistols, but the Mac-10 and the Galil still the more powerful weapons, but maybe I've spoken too soon. Groovy, all he needs is one more shot, a quick headshot onto Tizian, and the round is over, but smoke goes down, and Groovy holds the angle. Tizian jumps above the spam through, and now it's not even going to need a headshot.
And it's all down to this shot. Who hits it? Tizian, can he find the head? Yes, he can, and he clutches another for Big on, what, 13 HP of all things. The man makes it scary, but Big get another slotted up on the board.
Yeah, it's just that timing, unfortunate for AGO. Big will grab themselves a second round in this second half, up to 11 already. AGO look like they want to force in again. Well, it's not quite a force, it's just a nade stack. But we saw some pretty good stuff from them on the T side with the nades. So I wonder what they've got cooking in the lab here on the CT side.
Still holding on to 3 of them. All sort of around this A side of the map. But it does look like Big intends to, once again, just poke and prod towards the stairs. Nade progression from them. Molotoving out some of these awkward positions here. As well as applying a bit of utility pressure towards middle as well.
And Oscar calling for the smoke Xy now as the rest of the boys start to make their way through. Nades in hand. Can they place them perfectly? Big haven't gone for the full commit yet, just sending Keto as tribute.
Here come the nades. They're all lining them up, sitting behind that smoke at the moment. Bomb plant's going to go down. Surely this is the time you throw them, and it is. They've connected well onto Tabson and Searson, but not well enough to find a kill for AGO. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be their chances in the round dissipating as well, alongside the smokes.
Keto manages to get that one done eventually. 5 HP remaining, yet still happy to stand there and fight as Big now 6 rounds in the lead, doubling AGO's rounds. But another big one. And some great patience just holding there at the stairs before going for the full commit. Now, we're getting to the pointy end. Big only need 4 more rounds here on map 1 to finish things off nicely. Keto opting for that second flash instead. I'm just going for the double straight over mid. This is a nice fast approach from Big now. Good mid take. Molly as well, hitting the mark perfectly. Everything going much faster now for Big.
Oh, Ruby under a lot of pressure as well. Cops a grenade at his feet. That pushes him away, and Big are quickly in toward the B-bomb site, although they've been slowed down by some of that util. Tabson's looking for the entries with the Mac-10 right now, and Fiku's hiding behind the smoke. Big do definitely slow things down in the mid-round here, but they're not expecting Fiku. He could have almost lined them up, but he does eventually control the spray well enough that he gets both Tizian and Tabson. And he's helped out as well, AGO. That's a much better looking round and a great inroad on the CT side, but really, it is only the first of many required.
Well, that comes down to a large bit of luck and Big just forgetting some fundamentals over at a very common position as well. Look at the timing on that nade pull out. Fiku able just to fully line up the double and still manages to get away with his life. That is complete ridiculousness over on the B site. But AGO, that's all it took. And now they can just buy their way back into the game. Minimal damage onto their economy in round 19 and round 20. This is where they can break big.
Opportunities definitely there, but again, going back to that last half, can they seize those opportunities? Because they're already at a round deficit here. They could use a little bit of a break, to be honest. Breaking Big's economy would give them that. Very slow round for Big. That's a key aim duel to be winning. If they lose mid-control there, Grubby goes down, things are going to get difficult, but things are just getting easier for x-kom AGO at the moment. A 3-man advantage, but can they stop it from getting expensive as Big start to look for some of these damage kills towards the late round?
The fact that, I think it was Gruby just didn't get, Tabson didn't get traded out there is absolutely ridiculous. MHL,
1
HP. He's very lucky and gets away with murder as well. He has to thank someone. Probably Gaben for that. Tizian, 1v5. Is there any chance here? AGO, good structure, good timing. Nice peeks together.
Well, I'm going to say no chance, Mac. And that'll be proven correct by Gruby. Up to 8. Not a bad round at all for AGO. They keep 4 guns alive, and that's 2 on the trot now in the gun rounds as well. So ramping up a little nicer here on Vertigo.
Nice couple of shots coming out in that round, and AGO only 4 in the deficit now. Should be 3 after this round. Big not investing a single thing, just a bunch of Glocks. Actually, Tizian does have that P250, but he's lost it before he can even fire a shot, really.
Oh, this nade actually goes a little bit too early. Big looked like they were going to push up the ramp. The second does connect onto them. And this should be a pretty easy farm for AGO. Just to do a bit of stat padding, that's exactly what will happen. 9 up on the board now for the CT side, and they continue to put money together. They've got a lot of cash. This might actually be a more difficult map for Big than they might have anticipated after winning the first few rounds of the T side. I thought this would be done pretty cleanly.
Yeah, well, AGO do have a pretty good track record here on Vertigo. They are pretty strong here on the CT side. A couple of confidence boosters being found in the last couple of rounds as well. Could just swing the mood, swing the tide, and get them straight back into the game. But Big looking for a faster approach over towards the bottom of ramp. Now just on those deagles, that double eco really hurt them. Furlan, he's going to be hunting for an aggressive play here. And Big just staying disciplined, waiting for the smoke to fade. But AGO's setup here on ramp is just going to be way too hard for Big to deal with, unless they hit some nasty 1Ds.
Bit of a slow round this time from Big, and it doesn't seem to have worked out too nicely. MHL opens up with the AWP, and they're waiting for a push here, which they're going to get. Xantares finds that pick onto Furlan, which is going to be an AK in his back pocket. He does have armor to back it up, but oof, the armor doesn't help against the grenade, and all over the map, AGO are just dismantling Big.
Yeah, just a nade stack at mid to find a 2 quite easily. And AGO, they're just going for some nice rotations. Whoever Tabson, late on the approach, is going to walk straight into MHL's crosshair, who misses this time, but gets it on the second shot. And he's just so sharp on the AWP, just sliding it through to ramp early, able to get the trade onto Furlan, who I would say was starting to overextend given the situation. You had that man advantage and gave up a rifle. That's where the round could have turned around, but it didn't. AGO locking down mid like champions here on the defense, and now they're just 2 behind.
It's been a nice little string of rounds for AGO. So far, it doesn't look like it's going to be ending, but maybe a change of pace for Big can be the undoing.
Everybody's blind. Just flashes everywhere. Furlan has traded positions, and CSN has no idea that that one's come forward. An aggressive play somehow works out now for AGO, just taking huge risks here.
Ooh.
Big nade. Furlan on the line, and has the go of the dance around, unable to get another. Tabson might be able to bring Big back into the round. Groovy stops them though.
Yeah, I mean, you say huge risks, but Max, sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. And AGO are acquiring said biscuit. I wonder what kind of flavor it is. Chocolate chip? What's your favorite kind of biscuit, Mac? Milk arrowroot, shortbread.
I don't know, Pilski. You're a man of Polish heritage. What's a Polish biscuit?
Gingerbread. I like gingerbread.
You can't expose me on stream like this.
You
Matt.
always talk about it.
Polish biscuit.
Well, not Polish heritage. But
Yeah. Well,
surely you got a national biscuit. We got the Anzac cookies.
Nah, I don't remember my grandmother ever giving me any biscuits. She just fed me cabbage rolls.
Disappointing, Grandma.
You got to risk it for the cabbage roll.
Hey, have some respect.
What?
She's no longer with
She
us.
fed you cabbage instead of biscuits.
I like
Cabbage is nice, man.
Oh my God, I'm outnumbered on the desk.
Yeah?
By cabbage lovers.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're meant to be German, mate. You're meant to love the cabbage as well.
I do not love sauerkraut in the slightest.
Oh,
Well, you're not really German, are
Fake
you?
German. Fake German here.
Fake Germans.
Get him out of here.
Oh, well, look at Furlan. He's in a solid position here and has to deal with the pistols. Couple of nice nades already. Getting some chip damage for free. Now it's all about the timing. Two-man peek. That should be the round, although Bink's going back towards AGO. Very risky jump nade. I don't know if that one was meant to come through. Tizian slots it straight through the top of the sandbags, and AGO are crumbling in the round, but still, the three remaining big players all so low.
Well, they've got to just try and get something done here, Big. I mean, they've been really struggling with the guns so far. It's not going too well even with the pistols either. Oh, Xantaras, though. Where's that come from? He's got one-on-one against MHL, and that'll be finished off in the end, but too close for comfort for AGO. I blinked and I missed it, to be quite honest with you, Mac. It's 12 apiece, though.
Man, God, Tara's almost doing it on the pistols. That would have been a huge upset, but AGO just barely lock it down. And here's that shot. Able to slide it through the top of the sandbag. You shouldn't be able to hit those. Ridiculous. And speaking of, another. The Deagle's just so strong for Big. However, didn't get the round. Made it costly, though. So it's the long game that counts. We're getting to the end of regulation with a huge amount of traded utility here towards the bottom of ramp. Furlan, again, just looking to go for an aggressive push.
Well, he's made it work once or twice. And Big should be kind of prepared for this, to be honest. AGO have not wanted to give up control of ramp too easily, particularly at the start of the round.
And with this utility that he's using as well, he's just baiting out potential for a push, which will go straight into MHL's crosshair as he gazes from halfway up the ramp there. Another molly, great util, just being rotated through, but AGO, they're running dry on it.
Well, Tizian at the moment sort of lurking around through mid as well, trying to get a bit of an idea as to what's going on there and potentially calling the rotation for Big over toward the B bomb site. CSN has caught MHL. That's an opener for Big that they haven't really had at all on this T side in the last few rounds. Every time AGO's been able to string rounds together, it's been off the back of an opening pick. Now it's Big that have the numbers advantage, and they must convert, Mac.
And Groovy, he's just going to take the line at the peak on the contact. What can Furlan do? He's still got full control of the scaffold. Finds one for free. No, whiffs it, and that is not going to be anywhere near enough. One man remaining. Actually, it's two over towards the A side. They've already gone for the hard rotation. Keto just gets straight through Fiku, and it's all up to Oscarish, but misses that one op shot. That was the only opportunity AGO had in the round, and Big are back in the lead, 13-12.
Yeah, that's a few whiffs from AGO that have kind of cost them the round there.
Yeah.
A big stack on the A bomb site, and Big really just prepared for the constant pushes coming from Scaffold. I was kind of impressed. I thought, okay, surely they're not going to expect the second guy. Surely they're not going to expect the third guy. But every single time, Big was watching.
To be fair, should have been an AGO round, or could have been much more AGO-sided if Furlan didn't whiff the spray on the guy holding utility.
Yeah.
Second man wasn't aware as well. I think he also had some util out, and it all just came crumbling down with one whiffed spray.
Yep.
There it is. Oh, Tabson.
Yeah, Tabson just jiggled to the right, I think, which might have saved him.
Yeah.
And Keto was the one that I'm talking about, impressively being ready for the third player coming across as well. Xantaras might have gotten away with a little bit there by Oscarish missing that initial AWP shot, but by that stage, the round was already won for Big, and it's 13-12, so they're back in the swing of things. AGO, though, their coffers are still relatively full, so Big are going to have to win a round again here to break the bank.
Both teams with a little bit of cash. You want to be seeing. Again, it's a little bit of pressure towards this ramp area. Big just set up in a default. It's up to Furlan and MHL to slow them down, maybe try to find a pick and make it easier on themselves. But if they overextend into Xantaras or Searson here, gonna have a problem, and he catches him on the reload, but it's 1-for-1. Traded back, and you see the rotation start to come out for AGO now.
And MHL just trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Big now. They've got full control of the ramp and they can go for an exit at any given moment. AGO. I don't know if they're going to go for the retake, but Grooby's gone over to the elbow with MHL, and a nice line here from up on top of the concrete.
Just going to flash Groovy into Scarfold. He'll take a look there, take a quick peek, and doesn't see too much at the moment. So, MHL, all eyes on him. Connects the shot, and the grenade surely finishes off Searson. Smokes in on the A bomb site, but that's information for MHL that there's not a whole lot going on. Keto, however, hits a good quick entry on the B bomb site. Off we go, charging on in. Piku's there, though, to hold. And it's a 2-on-3 still. If Piko survives, he doesn't. Could have been an interesting round. Molly's down onto default, but it's not going to stop Tabson from planting the bomb. MHL, however, hits a good shot. Now a 1-on-2. And MHL, he's got no fear. He's got a 4K in the round back. Just continues to take those duels against Big. It makes him work.
Yeah, and Groovy was very close towards him, so he decided to go for the aggressive, get some chip damage, and hope to be traded out. But he just did it all himself. So that one, reminiscent of what we see coming out from Sicko from Renegades very often, is just, you know, hey, I'm just going to run in with the P250 and see what happens. And there it is. Another beautiful round, just keeping that AWP alive as well is going to be great for the economy of AGO as, again, Big. It's kind of all over the place. They might have another buy, another force buy coming out in the next, but...
they should be fine for a buy, except for on Searson in that next round.
Yeah.
As for AGO, though, their economy is actually slowly but surely getting chipped down, so they really need to actually come away with one of these rounds a little bit more cleanly than just having 1 or 2 players alive. They need like 3 to 5 to be able to start building up some of that CT money, particularly as we're heading towards the tail end of this half. Now you're seeing Big. It's going to be pressure towards the stairs. Xantara's already copped quite a bit of damage here. The boost to try to catch Oscarish off guard. See if it'll work out for Keto.
Oh, slows him down, and he stays crouched as he does get onto the ledge, but the read is there, and Keto somehow survives for now, but if he jumps off, he could be dusted. Good nade to deal with Oscarish, and somehow Keto's still fighting.
He's screaming for help when he gets it in the end from Tabson throwing that nade in. Rotation, though, has come across from AGO. If Big commit to the B bomb site, it's a mistake. Luckily, they haven't committed. They're on the rotate back to A. Slow and steady. They've got plenty of time. AGO's starting to think now.
Yeah, Furlan's got full utility. It's going to chuck a smoke over towards Secret side. Big taking their time to clear out some of these angles. Actually, it's the run boost across just to be able to clear Secret.
Nice.
Maybe throw the CTs off. Furlan trying to play towards Secret side. He is going to be joined now by Oscarish, who's just rotated. Oh, it's actually Groovy who's just rotated over here to join him. And they're going to play a passive crossfire on the site here. But Big have the utility to be able to segment off these angles with the smokes and the flashes.
And that one Molotov as well can be dropped straight onto default and force Big not to go for plant. And they're leaving this so late as well. Let's see if this one comes eventually. Furlan just waiting to drop it at the perfect moment. But does he have a lineup? There it is. Perfect positioning. Bomb goes down though.
Yeah, low HP though on a lot of these big players. The HE nade doesn't connect for AGO. That was their entryway back into the round, but now 3-on-5, even with 4 very low HP big players, this just doesn't look like it's going to be possible for AGO, and they're getting nothing for MHL.
They really need a save here, AGO. If they drop any of these guns, they're going to have a lot of trouble buying in towards that next round, reducing their loss bonus.
Man, there is 58 HP between 4 different players. That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, got to hit those headshots, man.
That's
Can't be
it.
spraying for the toes.
Well, what if they did hit the headshots? I feel like Tabson copped the bink, Santera's probably copped the bink as well. Looks like Tabson's actually been finished off by the explosion, but still, one loss in that round is more than enough to maybe send them over the line.
The money's pretty cooked here for AGO. This is a nightmare situation if you're on that CT side.
Yeah. You
get your economy broken here. It'll be match point for Big. They've still got a fair bit of money built up from having 4 alive in that last round. So this is where AGO, they really need to dig deep. Oh. Basically what they have on hand right now is what they need to use to win this game. They've got a pretty good buy this round. If they don't close it out cleanly, then they're going to have a lot of trouble sort of evening up this scoreline and trying to surpass Big and claw this game towards the end. Whereas Big, you can see the money that they built up. They've got a couple of chances to get this over the line here, whereas x-kom much more limited towards this one gun round. And if they get it done cleanly, maybe they can do another one as well.
Such is the advantage of the T side late in the rounds. AGO were able to put on a big string of rounds in a row toward the start of this half, but they've let it slip a little bit at the end stages.
Just a little bit of pressure towards the ramp here. A lot of players over here. Tizian being left on the lurk. Oh. The spam from Furlan is such a key round, and he gets it done as well. That's a one-man advantage in a key round for AGO. They need every edge that they can get.
Oh. I think Keto's behind that wall, so he's just barely safe there, but my God, AGO might have just found the answer.
Tizian applying utility pressure, but the double push into stairs from AGO gets them a lot of information, which is going to allow them to be very, very safe. They're going to have this 2-man crossfire. Groovy under pressure here, though, as he gets Molotov'd out of sandbags.
Going to be a flash setup here from AGO to allow Groovy to peek. Xantares actually does get the better of Furlan.
Flank coming out here from AGO. All they need to do is buy time, and this round is theirs. And
there
it
comes
is. Through.
2 for Oscarish on the flank, and now it's just 2 remaining for Big. I don't know if they can get this done. 15 seconds off position plant, and MHL unable to stop it all of a sudden.
No
Big
way.
could be back into the round. Groovy with 1. Xantares 1v3 now. 1 bullet could do it. Lineup was there, but a nice shot from Oscarish locks it down for AGO.
It's not just the round. It's 3 players surviving on that CT side. So, so crucial. Bomb plant for Big. They've got plenty of money to keep buying here, but AGO, at least for now, they stay alive. They can drop some guns over to those last 2 players. Can even get that AWP back up on MHL. Very, very key. They even things up 14 apiece.
Well, definitely a good run so far today from AGO, but can they secure the map?
It's the same position once again, you know. AGO, they have not much loss bonus built up. They got a little bit of cash in the bank on a couple of their players, but if they lose this round, or they win with like 1 or 2 players surviving, it's going to be more difficult for them to recover than Big, who have just run out mid and taken full control over there. Searson trying to control that rotation over 1 missed move here from Grubby, and it's going to be round over.
Oh, but Furlan again. Looks like he's gone for a bit of a adventure down on the A rank. Ruby finds the line. Searson slides it though. And look, they're just trying to decide which site they want to go for this time. Smoke goes to lobby. It's going to be the wrap straight to B, but what can Fiku do? Not much. Tabson starting to tear through. Oscarish with a double. The man's been on fire with a rifle.
Yeah, but that is the B bomb site opened up. As long as Tizian gets around okay, which he does. There was no push through the smoke from MHL. And the plant goes down. 2 on 3 for the retake. I mean, do you go for this?
Just a save. It should just be a save from x-kom. Yes, they've got the kits, but it's quite hard to get back into that site. Actually, the flank in from Furlan, though, if it goes well, which it hasn't, that's definitely got to be a bit of a sting. You're losing that rifle. Might not have the money to replace it next round. Not to mention the fact that he had a full belt of utility, lads. And that's going to be big through to match point.
It's a lot of money.
I want to see what kind of money AGO ends up with here.
Let's see if MHL can make this slightly more expensive. Bit of noise being made.
Needs to hold on to that. That's going to be so key. Yeah, 2,500 on Furlan, 2K on Groovy. This is exactly the kind of money situation you do not want to end up with facing match point on the CT side. Absolute nightmare situation.
And look, AGO, they need this map. If they don't get this map, it is probably going to be a 2-0 today. So if Big can close it now, that is them. Going to be extremely happy with their performance. AGO, however, now's the time to stand.
end up with an MP9 and a Deagle. And a little less utility on some of those players. Does this pigeonhole more aggressive play or more risk-taking from x-kom AGO? Do they try to push some part of the map very early on?
That's the man you do not want to be peeking at this point of the game.
Well, he had a big impact kill in that last round. He cops a nade. 2-man setup towards mid from x-kom AGO. Tizian just lurking over here while the rest of Big runs towards this ramp area. Starts to work it after waiting for utility. The double push is punished. I'd say that's probably the game for Big. It's anticlimactic as it is. Just holding in a default and punishing some of those pushes. We saw Renegades win a whole tournament in Cologne, just doing that in the grand final.
Look, MHL is going to have some kind of heroic round to get them back into this one. But look, AGO on the wrong side of the map to the bomb right now. There's some utility being thrown over towards the B side, but it's a full fake as MHL is going to try to do a bit of a dance.
Hasn't really sold anything, I don't think, for AGO, although they actually have rotated all their players over to B. They've only seen one player there. Gonna give up A. Not good news at all. There's util for a retake here for AGO. They've got defuse kits. I mean, it's theoretically possible. They're going to have to go for it. That's great work from MHL. Does not deny the bomb plant, but brings it back to 3-on-3. Tabson's going to be the difference maker here, though, for Big. He's on the off angle. Furlan has no idea. Position's given away, though. And if Tizian drops here, Tabson, he can't get all three, surely not. Oh, the shot's missed, and he does indeed finish it off for Big. 16